Nobody reads short stories.
Hi everyone, this is Jeremy,
And I'm Megan.
and you're watching Nobody Reads Short Stories, Cranky Edition, where two writers talk about writing. And by the way, we are actually not live today. Yes, right, Megan?
That's right. We were watching a pre-recorded episode this week, just because we have lives and things to do, but we didn't want to leave you guys hanging. So here we are.
Y'all are really lucky too. This is like take 3.
So if you would like to know more about our full episodes, you can find all of the season 1 short stories on nobodyreadshortstories.com. All right, let's crank cranky.
Let's crank cranky.
All right, so last week we discussed our favorite classic novels. And so this week we decided to go the other direction and talk about our guilty pleasures. So Jeremy, do you want to go first?
Okay. So let's just hope this book stack does not fall. Guilty pleasures means the book's probably on the bottom, right? So it didn't fall.
No.
Y'all guess.
I think of a guilty pleasure as a book that like other people might roll their eyes at, or
All right.
people might think are lowbrow.
You ready?
I'm ready.
Megan?
I'm ready.
Hold on. Hint.
He's unveiling
Slowly
it.
revealing.
Slowly unveiling. Is this the Dolly Parton biography?
Yes.
Oh, that's not a guilty pleasure. Nobody should feel guilty for reading about Dolly.
Well, okay. I mean, that's the first thing that popped in my head.
I'm just teasing you. Go ahead.
I mean, look at her hair.
This is
like from, I think, the 80s or whatever, but it is not actually a guilty pleasure if you think about it. It's like a really, really, really good book, especially now. Like just looking at somebody and like how much of a good person she is. Like, who cares, that she's like a celebrity or whatever. She's just so down to earth. Like everything she says, you're like, yes. You just want to hug her. Well, first you want to ask for permission to hug her, but because she's a star.
I absolutely love Dolly Parton, and for all of her big hair, big boobs, big personality, like she really is so down to earth and such a lovely human being. And I feel like she is the ultimate guilty pleasure, whether it's listening to her music, reading her book,
everything,
dressing like her. Like, we should all get pleasure out of Dolly Parton for sure.
Yeah. WWWD? What would Dolly do? Wait.
What would Dolly do? I love that. What would Dolly do?
I don't think I invented that. I'm pretty sure that's the thing. Yeah. She's just so special. Yeah. But yeah, like I just wanted, I got the book because I just really admire the type of person Dolly Parton is. She's famous, she's successful, but she's still so down to earth. And I was like, well, if I want to be successful someday, she's this sort of person that you want to kind of like look at to see how that works, and it's just really great for anybody who wants to be successful but doesn't want to lose themselves in the gears of the machine. I just really recommend this. I know it's probably kind of expensive on Amazon since it's like an older book, but listen, you'll have one of the copies of Dolly Parton's book that you can give to your children, and they can give it to their children, and it'll just keep going. Megan, what's yours?
Well, really quickly for our podcast listeners, I just want to describe Dolly on the front of this book.
Oh.
Like, she has this amazing...
All right, Dolly, you ready for your... Ready? Oh, she's shy. Oh, so, she's finding her ring light.
She has this fantastic, like, feathered 80s hair, and she's backlit. And
work it, Dolly.
She's working it. She's working it for her. So it's it's a look for everybody to aspire to.
She's really killing it under these lights. I'm kind of jealous of her. Dang,
Jeremy's
Dolly.
He's getting a little carried away with the...
You gotta go away now, Dolly.
The ring lights.
This is Megan and Jeremy's show, all right?
She's stealing the show, that Dolly.
Just did. I mean, she stole your book. Like, you're gonna have like what, 10 seconds to talk about?
I know. Like, I should have talked about my book first. If I'd known you were going to talk about Dolly, I would have been like, "You're going to steal my limelight."
I think she did. I think you're screwed.
Yeah, she totally did. Okay, I have like 2 minutes left, so I guess I'll talk about what I consider a proper guilty pleasure, which is this book called. No, it really is a guilty pleasure. It's this.
You're just angry now. You're trying to burn me, Megan.
I want to talk about my book, okay? And this book is called A Knight in Shining Armor by Jude Devereaux, and it is like one step up from a Harlequin romance, okay? But it has everything that you could possibly love. It has.
Do you have the book?
I don't have the book.
Okay, keep talking about it. I'm gonna try to find the cover. What's it called again?
A Knight in Shining Armor.
Okay.
And it's about this lovelorn woman who goes to England to try to like find herself. Well, she actually goes to with her boyfriend, and then something happens and she ends up getting transported back in time and falls in love with a knight.
Is it by Jude something?
Jude Devereaux, yeah. Oh. And then wackiness ensues, and then they both get transported back into present time.
Oh
and then
God. Look at this cover. Look at this cover.
Okay, there's a sexy guy holding a sword. That is not the cover of the book that I read. That's a new version. I read
I'm okay with this new cover. Let me tell you something. I'm okay with being guilty for this.
Yeah, so it's kind of like it was in the vein of Outlander and Diana Gabaldon,
Yeah, I'm gonna be reading it. Oh,
time traveling.
Outlander, yes. Historical fiction, yes.
Romance. A little less with the historical fiction. I would say that A Knight in Shining Armor is a little more of a guilty pleasure than Outlander. But it's a book that I found when I was a teenager, and when I think about it, it was just so much fun. And
have you reread it recently? That'd be fun to do.
I haven't reread it, but I was when I was thinking about it for this episode, I was like, oh, I should reread this and see like what I think about it all these many years later. So I would say that I know that like bodice rippers and romance novels kind of get a bad rap, but there really are there's always a time and a place for that kind of literature, and whether you are looking for something a little lower brow or whether you're looking for something that's historical fiction, you should always go with your heart.
Oh, great way to put everything together. You used all your time. All of it. Good job, Megan. That was impressive.
Thank you. Thank you very much. And if you haven't already, please go to our YouTube page and like and subscribe. And you can find our audio podcast on Apple Podcasts and Stitcher and Spotify. And Jeremy has given me a drum roll to reveal that we are now on Amazon Music Podcasts.
They had to listen to our stuff, and apparently, I just found out today, apparently they liked us.
Yes, they did. So you can also find us there. And if you would like some Nobody Reads Short Stories merchandise, you're just in love with this orange and purple facade we have here on the new layout, you can find it on t-shirts and fanny packs and leggings and all kinds of memorabilia on our website, nobodyreadsshortstories.com. Also, if you're feeling generous and would like to donate to the podcast, there's a PayPal button that you can click. No pressure. But we would love for you to leave us a comment and let us know what you like and what you're missing or what you're not getting. If there's anything from the podcast, we would love to hear your thoughts and your inspiration. So thank you guys so much.
And Megan, did you mention, I don't know why I'm so antsy, but did you mention the social media that we have?
I did not mention the social media that we have. We are also available on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. If you want to reach out to us on Twitter, you can use the hashtag NRSS podcasts. If you would like to know more about my work, you can find me at meganamorrison.com. And if you'd like periodic notifications of or updates for my personal work, you can sign up for notifications.
Yeah, and I also have a website, jeremyraystories.com. Every week I have a micro story that's released. This time around, people were voting, so they get to find out which micro story was the favorite next week. So if you join, you'll be able to see which one people like the most.
I'm very excited. I'm on pins and needles. I can't wait to find out if my story won.
We'll see. We'll see. And I think that is it, right? I think
that's
that
it.
is all.
Thank you.
We'll have some news next week about the,
Yes, we're very excited. Next week, we will reveal some very important information about season 2, which we're very excited about. So make sure that you tune in.
And we promise to be live. I know that we're acting a little weird for some reason now that we don't have an audience. So we'll be back to normal next time.
Yes. Thank you guys so much.
Bye. Thank you guys.
Good night.
No one reads short stories anymore. I really don't know what they're written for. Go write a short story and throw it out the door. 'Cause no one reads short stories, funny, sad, or gory. No one reads short stories anymore. Yes, no one reads short stories.